see a bunch of new faces in here. I would like to thank you all for coming. I would like to thank Bishop and Elder. But I would like to thank Bishop and Elder for allowing us to have this moment in this church. This is a free moment. I would like to thank you all again for coming. I hope you all are ready to learn and embrace our presenter. We have a great presenter today, and she's going to bless your lives with knowledge. The refreshments out there were provided by Trade One Catering, and this huddle is sponsored by Boyd's Construction and Consulting. I'm going to give her a few moments to come up and tell you all who she is and what it is that she does.
Hi everyone. Hi. My name is Andrea Boyd. I am the owner and CEO of Boyd's Construction and Consulting. We're a full service Class A contractor that specializes in renovation, mold remediation, and also a lot of other different things. Anything that goes on with the house, we do as well. We have a new line of business, which is concrete and asphalt. So we're very happy to introduce that this year, and we are now celebrating, as of March, 10 years. I don't really want to, if you have any questions, anything in particular that you have questions about, I'll be happy to answer that. But basically, I just want you guys to enjoy the food, enjoy the business huddle. This is definitely something that enhances my business, and I want more of you to tell your friends. Go tell everybody about it, because this is free education. It does not, we cannot start businesses and not think that we can't continue to grow. And all of the knowledge that is being presented to you, you might not find value in every single aspect, but it'll always stay in the back of your mind. So that question may come up in the future with your growth. So like I said, tell everybody, and let's learn some great things from Paulette tonight. Sidebar, the catering was done by Trey Wins. She has been nominated as one of the top caterers in the area. And I believe we have a code that we want to give you. It'd be nice if you guys have been enjoying the food, each business huddle, to kind of give her a vote so she can move forward. It's always great to see people that we know that are enhancing their businesses. And you know, the same energy that we put in our businesses, we want to throw out to others, because it is a reciprocating effect.
That's right.
All right. Well, let me give this back over to Jason, and I guess the next word you'll hear is from Paulette.
Absolutely. Please give her one more round of applause. She will get some access to the church, the business huddle, and my team, and I just love her to death. Now, the next voice you will hear is our awesome presenter today. This woman of God has been in business since 1988, if I'm correct. So she's been in business for a long time. Please put your hands together for Miss Paulette Breathley.
How y'all doing?
Great. How you doing, Paulette?
Good. Look, gotta unload. Gotta have some props, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you to the Mount, to Jason Graves, to Nakia who called, emailed me, and to the Bishop for this opportunity to be here. I am the proud owner of Simply Unique. And I guess you're wondering what that is. Well, Simply Unique is actually a twofold business. On one side, we have business educational services and training, where I actually conduct workshops and seminars, and I teach people to go to work. I do speaking for conferences. I actually customize the training to the needs of the customer. On the other side of the business, it's all about fashion and beauty, because I sell jewelry and I do I'm a certified image consultant, so I do workshops to help people put themselves together, whether it's for an interview, whether it's just to make yourself feel good, whether it's just to go in your closet and get it all straight. And so that's the other side of the business. So Simply Unique is a twofold business. It is educational training, and it is image and fashion. So that's what we're all about. All right. let's get started. I have to skip that one, but good evening.
Good evening.
So you can't play that. I'm like, okay. All right, so the first question, how many people here already are in business for themselves? That's a lot of folk. And how many people are thinking about going into business for themselves? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, entrepreneur. That is a big old word, right? But before I do that, let me tell you a little bit about me. I haven't told you anything about myself. I am what I categorize myself as homegrown, because I am a native of Hampton Roads. I've been in Virginia Beach all my life. Now I've traveled, I've traveled, but I'm from Virginia Beach. And so as being a native of the area, I know a lot of people are from other areas. So I'm just gonna ask a question. How many people are from somewhere other than Hampton Roads? Okay. All right. And what brought you here, may I ask? Climate, military, family, military, family, okay. This is a nice place to be. My formal training is from Norfolk State University. I have a BS degree in business from Norfolk State University. I got that degree in 1986. My family says that I'm just a person that likes to go to school. And I'll get into that a little bit more in detail later. But they call me you're just a professional student. I was always in school, college, or in some setting where I was learning. I got my master's degree from Troy University in public administration. I worked for the city of Virginia Beach for 32 years. Retired about 14 years ago now, I think. So I retired from there, but I'm an adjunct at Tidewater Community College. I work in the job skills training program. So in that program, we teach people skills they need to go to work and to stay employed. All right. So that's a little bit about me. Okay, so do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? What does it take to be an entrepreneur? It takes a lot. It takes a lot. And when you step out and say, I want to be in business for myself, I want to be the boss, I don't want nobody calling the shots, I don't want nobody telling me what to do, I don't want to work for nobody, right? You want to be the boss. But there's a commercial, and I love that commercial. This little girl, her dad, I think, has taken off for the day, and they're like at McDonald's or somewhere, and he gets this phone call. And he's talking to whoever he's talking to, and he said, and she looked at him, and she looked at him, and she said, "Well, can you be the boss?" And he's like, Have y'all seen that commercial? Can you be the boss? Well, I'm asking you, can you be the boss? Because being the boss means that you have to give up a lot. You sacrifice a lot of your personal time. Because whatever it takes for you to do whatever the business is, whether it's creating a product or working with products or you providing service, you're always on call. Why? Because you're the boss. And the buck stops with you. So if anything goes wrong, even if you have people working with you, some people say working for you, I've never liked the term, I work for somebody. Even when I was working for the city, who do you work for? I said I work with. I work for myself. But I work with whoever I was working with. But when you're the boss, the buck stops where? Right here with you. It takes a lot of sacrifice. You give up a lot. You give up a lot of family time, sleep. My grandson asked me asked me about a month ago, "Look, are you still working? You work all the time?" And this was like on a Saturday night at 10 o'clock. And what was I doing? I had gotten my shipment in for my jewelry. So when it comes in, guess what I have to do? I have to unpack it. I have to make sure it's okay. I have to price it, right? I have to do a lot of stuff. Package it, whatever I'm doing with it. And he was so funny, he said, are you working? You still working? You always working? I'm like, yeah, I'm always working. I said, but you always like to ask me for my money. Right. And if I'm not working, then I'm not making money. So when I said, you want me to have money for you, right? I said, okay, well, I gotta work. So you sacrifice a lot of time because it requires a lot of you. Not only time, it requires your attention. And so if you're in a relationship, you're married, even with your children, even with your friends, you may not be able to do some of the things that brings you pleasure. Going out to eat, going, whatever it is, to relax. Sometimes you have to let that go. Because you what? The boss. You want to be large and in charge. So you be in charge, right? So that's what being an entrepreneur means. And the question, can you be the boss? So that's a good question to ask. But there are a lot of other questions that you need to be asking. Especially if you're just starting your business. There are 1,000 questions that should come into your mind. Like, okay, first of all, who am I? Who am I? Am I equipped to be a business owner? What do I have to offer? Why do I want to do this? What do I need? What about a business name? What am I going to call myself? Well, my business name, Simply Unique, means there are no two people alike. Everybody is special. Everybody is different. Even twins. They don't have the same fingerprint. They might look like, can't tell one from the other, but they're not identical. So Simply Unique, my business name, that's how I got my business name. Because everybody's different. Everybody's special, not different. Everybody's special. All right, so what's your business name going to be? Are you going to be a sole proprietor, meaning that it's just you, yourself, and you doing everything? Or are you going to be a partnership? Are you going to have a limited liability corporation? Are you going to be a subchapter S corporation? I may be speaking French to some people, or it may sound like German to some people. But if you're going into business, these are the things you really need to think about. Am I going to be a part of a franchise? Am I going to buy into a franchise like McDonald's? Those are franchises. It costs a lot of money too. But there are a lot of benefits that come with franchises because you get a lot of support, but you pay for it. Multi-level marketing. I'm actually involved with a business that's a multi-level marketing company. It's called Paparazzi Accessories. That's a part of my arsenal. Y'all familiar with paparazzi jewelry?
Yes.
See, look at these ladies. Yeah. Yeah. So I am this is my 3rd year as a paparazzi consultant. It is a part of my business. It's not my entire business. So, all right, what do you have a plan? What's the plan? A business plan. You need a business plan. You need that. What does that do? It helps you think things through. It helps you answer these questions. Because if you don't have a plan, where are you going? You don't know where you're going. It's like driving to where you're going. I don't know, just drive. Where am I going? I don't know. All right, so what about cost? Is it going to be home-based? Are you going to rent a space? Is the service or product already available, or is this something brand new? Some new invention. You may have something brand new that doesn't exist. So you have to think about that as well. So these are some of the questions. Are you ready? Are you really ready? And what about credentials? What are the credentials that you need? Or what are the credentials that you have? What I found for myself is things that I learned, some of the things I learned on the job, if you're still working for a company, and if there's training available, I took all kinds of training. Because those are the kinds of things that you can use, they're transferable skills. You don't leave them behind when you go somewhere else, they go with you. So when you're in a job or you're employed and they have training for employees, take advantage of it. You know, I took leadership training, I can't even tell y'all the training I took when I was working for the city. And you can apply it to your business. You know, so use it. That's what I said. All right, so vision. It takes vision. A true entrepreneur is a doer, not just a dreamer. But check this out. A vision is yours. And when you talk to other people about your vision, they may not see it. They may not get it. They don't agree with it. They look at you like you are crazy. They listen to you and they go, did she just say?
Yeah.
Did he just say? But it's your vision. It's like when you go, okay, I liken it to this. When you go to sleep at night and you have a dream, if you dream, you share it. Well, you might say, let me tell you about this crazy dream I had last night, right? And they looking at you like, you did what? You had a dream? Well, that's my dream. It's your vision. They don't have to get it. But it's your vision. And I would say to you, don't let anybody change your vision. But just because they don't get it, they don't accept it, they don't like it, what's that got to do with you?
Exactly.
My family always thought I was crazy, but that's all right. And I'm still dreaming. I'm still dreaming, y'all. Don't ever stop dreaming, but don't give up your vision. But it takes vision for you to help move your business along. You have to see, and you may not even know exactly. You just know you got this vision, and you want to do this or you want to do that. You don't even know right now how you're going to do that. Okay. One of the visions I had for my business was this. This is where Simply Unique was born. I was at church. I'm a member of Morning Star Baptist Church in Virginia Beach. Dr. Austin is our pastor. He wasn't our pastor at this time, though. So I'm sitting in the pew, and Reverend Williams was our pastor then. And I'm sitting in the pew on my church bulletin, sketching out, similar to this, what you see. I'm just sketching, being led by the Spirit. I'm sketching my business plan diagram. This is where it was born. Workshops and training. Typing service, the right type, I used to have that. Image classes, jewelry parties, temporary employment services, catalog sales. I did that in a church service. And if the pastor had known, he probably would say, what are you doing? Man, that boring, you're here drawing and sketching. But it actually happened at a morning service. So I'm like, okay. That was 1985. So, you have to get ready. You have to get ready for your business. How do you do that? First of all, you have to do some research. Hopefully, you have done the research, or you've started to do research to find out more about what it is you want to do in your business. Why are you doing it? Is it worth it? Should I do it? All those questions again. It's always questions you have to answer. You need to do research, right? Do you need additional education or training for what it is you're trying to do? If you do, when do you need to do it, and how much, and how long is it gonna take, and all of that? Or is there some kind of certification for the business that you're going into? And again, you gotta check it out. Well, is there a certification? Where is it? Do I need to leave the area? Do I need to travel? How much does it cost? So all of those things help you get ready and prepare you for this business. Do you need a business license? Okay. For instance, paparazzi, if you're in an MLM like a Mary Kay, I used to be a Mary Kay consultant. I used to sell Cutco knives. I used to sell life insurance. I was a life insurance agent. My grandma told me, you have done everything but sell liquor and drugs. She did. She did. I was an entrepreneur at heart.
Right.
I didn't know exactly what, but she's like, what you doing now? Girl, you done sold everything but liquor and drugs. I said, I'm not gonna do that, but there was this yearning within me that I needed to feel. But none of that worked. Mary Kay, I couldn't do it. I liked it. I've been using Mary Kay for like 30 years. So I started selling it. I said, well, maybe I need to sell it. I'm using it. I'll save myself some money, buy it at cost, that kind of thing. I couldn't be a rep, but people said, but you'll be perfect for it. I'm like, okay. Agreeing with them, but I wasn't. Because it was too restrictive. Too many guidelines. Had to work within certain parameters. Not that I can't follow the guidelines, but I had some other things I wanted to do with it. But you can't step outside of that box. You got to do what they tell you to do. You got to, I'm like, Okay. So, research, education, credentials. Let me tell you a little bit about some of the education I got. I told y'all what I do. So let me just read a little bit to you. Now, one thing I did know that I wanted to do, I always wanted to teach. And so when I went to Norfolk State when I graduated from high school in 72, I went to school to major in business education because I wanted to teach. And I was inspired by one of my high school teachers. She was great. I said, I want to be like Miss Coleman. I want to teach typing. So she inspired me to be a business education teacher. So I went to Norfolk State, at least I started off in business education. So this is some of my training. I started my business in 1985, sitting in church, supposed to be paying attention to the sermon, and then sketching my business plan. That was in 85. 1988, Simply Unique Jewelry and Fashion Accessories was created. I established it. 1990, I expanded Simply Unique to include image consultant services. 1992, I expanded Simply Unique to include business training, the business training components. This was some of my education. 1998, the art of negotiating and grant writing. Because grants, they still are available. I can write a grant. I took the class, I learned. I never got a grant. So, 1997, facilitation of teams and work groups. Got a certificate for that. Excuse me. 1997 again, 1994, I completed the Sears Model Club training, certified. I was a Sears Models Club coordinator. The one that used to be at Pembroke Mall. In 1992, I completed image consultant leadership training. In 1990, is when I got my image accessory consultant certification. Right? 1988, I passed the National Teachers Exam. 1986, is when I got my degree from Norfolk State in business. So, a lot of certificates, right? A lot of training. But everything I got and everything I did helped my business. Everything. It took me where I needed to go. And you have to be, I would say, you need credibility. People need to know that you know what you're doing. Especially if they're going to spend their money with you, right? So lessons learned. The most valuable thing you can make is a mistake. You can't learn anything from being perfect. And who's perfect is what I want to know. I'm far from perfect. So I want to tell you about a mistake, a big one I made. You know what an RFP is? What is an RFP? Request for proposal. If you decide to respond to an RFP, that is a lengthy document. They ask you so many questions to provide so much documentation. And I thought I could do this. I thought I could actually do this thing, responding to this RFP. So I kind of procrastinated. That's not a good thing to do to be a good business owner. There's a deadline, right? So I looked at the deadline, I'm like, oh, I got time. I got time. Well, it was crunch time. And one of the mistakes I made was I procrastinated. I didn't do enough along the way. You know, do it in stages, do it in steps. Okay. The other mistake I made was I didn't ask for help. Why do we think we can do everything? All by ourselves. Because why? Because we are super women and super men. We can do it all. I don't need nobody to help me. I got this. Huh? I'm the boss, that's right. I don't need nobody's help. I'm the boss, right? So, I made that mistake. Uh-oh, I'm out of something. Hello. Procrastinated, and then I didn't ask for help. We got it. I didn't ask for help. So, I really thought I had it. I mean, I'm not that retarded. I mean, why would I sabotage my own self? Right? So I didn't ask for help putting it together. I had the piles of everything I needed, probably 20 piles of paper, but I forgot how many copies, maybe 10 copies. I'm looking at my watch, and I was actually at TCC, and the RFP was for Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority, which was down the street. It was about 2 blocks from where I was. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta walk down there. I know I get this on. Yeah, I get this in on time. I thought I could assemble all these packets by myself. Class was over, the students were gone. I'm like, all right, I'm on my time now. I missed the deadline because I was overwhelmed. That stuff looked like it was multiplying. I was like, I'm not finished yet. And I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking at the clock, I'm like, oh God, I'm not gonna make it. Because it has to be stamped in at a certain time. That was one of the biggest mistakes of my life. And it cost me. Because I wasn't, and I know I would have got it. I just know I would have got it. Because I had been on something before, and I think I came like in 3rd or 4th, so I knew what to do to make it number 1. So I was confident. You have to have confidence if you're gonna be the boss. If you go around second guessing yourself, I don't know if I can do this or not. Well, if you don't know if you can do it or not, you have to have faith. You have to have confidence. You have to be persistent. You have to persevere no matter what. You don't feel good, right? You're the breadwinner. Bills have to be paid. Things have to be done. Sometimes you have to keep pushing no matter what. So that was one of the biggest mistakes that I had ever made, and I've learned from that, right? This was just one of the general contracts that I had put together. Because as a business owner, unless you've got a legal team, you're gonna need to have contracts. I go to the internet, I research, get some ideas. Don't make it complicated with a lot of legalese, a lot of words that nobody understands. You don't even understand them, but just because you saw it on the contract on the internet, you're gonna put it on there anyway. You don't even know what it means. So speak in real language, so so you understand it, right? You have to write contracts. I make mine real simple. I try not to have more than 2 pages. Listen, somebody said, We had a contract from TCC. Was a contract with, I'm in the Workforce Solutions Department. We had a contract with the city of Portsmouth for a major contract. It was 1 page. When I saw it, I was like, contract is 1 page? 1 page. Big bucks. 1 page. So that just goes, it was a good sample for me to find. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm worrying myself to death with 5 pages or 6 pages. You can say it in less than 6 pages. And it can be effective. It can be complete. So don't get hung up thinking that a contract or a proposal has to be X number of pages, because that's not true. Sears Models Club coordinator. How did that all come about? I wasn't looking for it. I was actually working for the city. We got a call from somebody in Chicago. Their home office or headquarters is in Chicago. We got a call. I was in the special events office. This festival, this big one that Pharrell's having? Something's in the water. That was the kind of festival that I coordinated when I was working for the city. So these people were calling the special events and film office and asking about, do we know anybody who would like to be a Sears Models Club coordinator? And I didn't get the call. My supervisor got the call. And I had shared my dream with her. That sketch I did at church? So I had talked to her about that. So she kind of knew. So she said, this right up your alley. I said, what is it? This lady from Sears called. I said, really? Maybe you should call her back. I did. I called her back. It was weird though when that call came in. Why did that call come in to our office asking about a Sears Models Club coordinator? Kind of weird, strange, odd. Coincidence? I say it was what? Divine intervention.
That's right.
Jumped on it like a June bug. Called that lady back.
Right.
Gave her my credentials. She said, we had a couple conversations. There was a training in Lynchburg. And I'm like, okay. When I talked about sacrifice before, the sacrifice was I had to leave my child. This is my daughter, right? I had to leave my child with her daddy, for a few days. It's like, oh my Lord, how is this gonna work out? But my mother, she said, you go, Grandma, you go ahead and go.
I got her. I'm gonna look at, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. I went to Lynchburg, picked up this lady from Smithfield. Picked her up along the way, because they were doing the same thing in Smithfield. So picked her up and we went to Lynchburg, we had the training and came back. I was a Sears Models Club coordinator. So we have to take advantage of opportunities, right? Yes. Take advantage of opportunities, because they come along and sometimes we sleep on them. We really do. We don't believe it. Like, oh, Lord. My TCC story. I'm at Tidewater Community College, right? Been there, oh Lord, since about 99, 98. I was reading the Sunday paper. I told you, the reason I gave you all those credentials was to let you know what my background was. So I was reading the Sunday paper and read about the Women's Center at Tidewater Community College in Norfolk. And they had, we still have the program. It's not through the Women's Center though, but it was a welfare to work program. It was the job skills training program. And they were talking about the center coordinator, who at that time was Mary Pat Liggio. And I read the article, I'm like, they need me. Oh, they need me. They need my services. Oh, I can help. I'm an image consultant. I know how to, oh, yeah. So, how did I get there? I called the Women's Center. I asked for Mary Pat Liggio. What did she tell me? Well, not at this time. We'll see. So, the lesson is this. Just because you hear no, doesn't mean it may be no at that time. So, what do we have to do? Make it happen, right? Don't wish for it, work for it. You really want it? You really want it bad? You can taste it. Don't wish for it, work for it. That brings in the hashtag make it happen. I use that a lot in my postings. Because now we have, when I started my businesses in 85, between 85 and 88, we didn't have all this social media. We didn't have all that stuff. So now it's a little bit easier to get the word out because you Instagram, and I don't know a whole lot about that stuff. So that's part of my weakness is I don't know as much as I should know about some of the social media stuff. She set up my Instagram. She set up my Twitter. My grandson, 14 years old, y'all gonna laugh at this. Don't laugh because it's gonna happen to you. I wanted to put something on YouTube. So I thought a video. Thought I was gonna have to video it, save it, upload it. I'm like, come on, DJ, you gotta help me. He calls me Booker. Booker, what are you trying to do? I said, I need you to video me, and we gotta upload it on YouTube. He said, I said, because I want people to see my online store. He said, you ain't got to do all that. I said, well, how am I gonna do it? He said, there's an app. I said, okay, where's the app? He took my phone, downloaded the app, showed me what to do, laughing at me. He was laughing at me. I said, don't laugh at me. I said, okay. He said, now when you do this, you can touch buttons. They can see it's interactive. And they can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to show people how to go on to my online store, shop, buy jewelry, put it in your cart, pay for it. He showed me, he said, now you can show them, push the button, go to the screen, do what you. I'm like, thank you, DJ. Lesson, talk to these young people. Let them help you out. They will save you a lot of time and frustration. I thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. Make it happen, right? So who do you know? Now we're talking about networking. Who do you know and who do they know? Right? Use your resources. Connect the dots. Okay, the lady told me, no, not at this time. I'm like, they need me. They really need me. So, my former boss, who was an assistant city manager, didn't work with the city anymore. I'm like, He knew Dr. Buchanan, who was a city councilman, who was also the provost of the Virginia Beach Tidewater Community College campus. Listen, y'all, listen, are you listening? I called Mike Barrett. Mike, you still friends with Dr. Buchanan? Because I knew they were friends, because he used to be my boss. And you still talk to Dr. Buchanan? Yeah. I said, I need a favor. What you want? I said, well, gave him the story. Can you call Dr. Buchanan and ask him if he can call Pat Liggio, because I need to go talk to her? She told me no. I see what I can do, is what he said. He called Dr. Buchanan. Dr. Buchanan called me. I talked to Dr. Buchanan and I give him my spiel. I'm a certified image consultant. I can help these ladies put their wardrobes together. They need me. Okay. He said, what can I do? I said, I need you to help me get an appointment with Ms. Liggio. Okay. He did. She called me, and then she called the coordinator of the program, Leslie Bowden, and I got an appointment. This is what happened. Put your stuff together and be professional. Don't go in there half-stepping.
That's right.
When you get the opportunity, no matter whether it's this kind of opportunity or not, always make sure that your product is of the highest quality.
Right.
Don't give them anything that got misspelled words. You know, we eating at the table and dropping stuff on it. It was of the highest quality. I put that packet together, I stepped up in there and I looked the part. That's another lesson. We don't dress the way we used to, but sometimes we need to, because it only takes a few seconds for people to size you up. First impressions are very important. Your appearance and the way you represent your business. Have your stuff together. Take time. Buy good paper. Create you're the boss, right? Unless you have a staff, you have to create your own brochures. So you need good computer skills, or you have good people around you to help you. So I stepped up in there right. Gave her my packet. Talked to her, gave her my spiel, told her what I could do for her. How the students could benefit from the program that I had. Guess what? That was in 1998. I got it. Got it. Got paid good. But listen to this. She didn't tell me every fact. She left something out. This is another lesson. Ask all the questions. So when they hired me, they said, let me know when I'm out of time so I can stop. Because I'll keep talking. She said, well, I need you to create a clothes closet. I said, what are you talking about? I need you to get clothes for the women. Clothes for the women? Okay. You know, dress for success. Because it wasn't out then. I said, okay. That was a challenge. Do you think I was going to tell her, I can't do that?
Right. You gonna figure it out.
Right? Yeah. I was begging my friend over there for clothes. Y'all got some clothes? Can't wait, I need some clothes. The same man that I mentioned to you, Michael J. Barrett, when he left the city, he became the CEO of Runnymede. You know that big commercial company? I called him again. Hey, Mike, it's Paulette. What you want now? Remember that call you made to Dr. Buchanan? Well, I got the contract, but guess what they want me to do? I have to get clothes, and I need somewhere to put, because my house was full, because people were giving me clothes, from church, wherever, different places. I said, I need a place. Okay. So he told me where to meet him. Meet me at, I think it was on Kempsville Road. They tore it down now there. And because Runnymede owned it. Meet me there. Oh, okay, fine. He had the lights turned on. It was a huge, big place. He said, what you think about this? I said, oh yeah, we can make this work. Here are the keys. Gave me the keys. Didn't pay we paid nothing. TCC paid nothing for it. And I had it for months. So I'm telling y'all, you gotta open your mouth. Connect with the people you know and people they know. So network. So here we are now, Simply Unique. This is today. This is today. What you saw before was the dream. Dream is coming into reality now. So I do job readiness training. I have a component called Business Educational Services and Training, BEST, because it is the best, right? Keynote speaking. I have my image, image classes, and my jewelry sales, which includes paparazzi. Everything's $5. Yes. Necklaces, matching earrings, everything $5. I have a boutique that I set up at my house. By appointment, you can shop. I have an online store through Square. 24/7. Shop all day and all night long. Didn't I tell you part of my dream was this was my dream, I told my daughter this, I wanted to have a business where people could shop. I want to just stay home, go from home to the bank to the post office. And that's what I do. I was there yesterday and couldn't understand. I said, where's all these people? Oh, it's the 15th. From on my computer, on my phone. I can be anywhere and conduct my business. And some of you are doing the same thing. You have businesses that you're able to conduct your business no matter where you are. You could be out to dinner. I used to have shows through paparazzi. I'd be at dinner. People, shopping. This is what I'm talking about. Right. So you have to, have something that suits you. I don't know what business you want to go or that you're in, but it's got to be something that suits you. I can't do what you do. You may not be able to do, or you might be able to do what I do. But if you want to join paparazzi, see me after this meeting. $99, sign you up. You get a kit and everything. And when you sell everything in the kit, you make your money right back. So that's a commercial. All right, so this is just some of the things that I do. Keynote speaker, that was at an administrative support conference at the convention center in Virginia Beach. My online jewelry store, Simply Unique, open 24/7. Day, night, holiday, anytime. You don't have to leave home. All you need is a charge card and a device so you can shop. Okay. See that address? It's on my brochure that he's going to give you at the end. Okay. pbsimplyu.com is my website. That tells you about everything, that we do. I do workshops. That was one I had done in Norfolk State. For Ladies of Excellence. And that one, I think that one was on the image. Paparazzi. I do have a team, and this is what I can tell you. The people that joined my team, I called them Paulette's Precious Gems. Not all of them are still there because guess what? It's a business. And they weren't prepared for it. They just thought money was going to come to them. They didn't have to work for it. But you have to work for it. But a business, you have to work for it. So that's my multi-level marketing component of my business. Business memberships, I'm a member of Retail Alliance. They used to be retail merchants, old retail merchants. And this year, I am nominated, yes, along with a whole lot of other people, as Retailer of the Year. Yes! So I need y'all to go vote for me. Did you find the thing? Y'all get your phones out. Vote for, it's called Simply Unique Image Enhancement Services. And I am nominated for Retailer of the Year for Retail Alliance. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. I need some votes, okay?
Say it one more time.
Where you need to go?
Retail Alliance. Did you find it, Lou? Should be Retail of the Year. I should have put it on the slide. I didn't think about it at the time. Go back here. I'll make sure y'all get it.
Nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit, yeah. And I'm under the category of, I guess, sales, retail sales. Because they've got restaurants, they've got different categories. So I need you to vote for me. And don't forget, as a business owner, you need to join those, like the Chamber of Commerce, Retail Alliance. You get a lot of benefits from joining those organizations.
RetailAlliance.com.
RetailAlliance.com, Retailer of the Year, ROTY is the acronym for that. Thank you all. I hope you got something out of the presentation.
Yes, we did.
Good. Do you have any questions? Yes.
When you're talking about networking, so I have a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
and you were talking about like who you know. I was gonna ask your advice in terms of when you're networking, how do you turn networking into asking? Because we do donations for a nonprofit, so it's not necessarily like a business. So how do you work out that timing from connecting with people, getting to know people, to going to an ask?
As business owners, first you have to kind of establish a relationship, because as a business person, you need to establish relationships. Relationship building is very important. Before you start asking for stuff, you need to have some kind of relationship. And I think that's important. I try to maintain or create a relationship with all of my customers by posting on Facebook, and when they buy jewelry, they send me pictures. I post it on there and I shout out, to them, happy birthday and things like that. I text them, happy Mother's Day, happy Easter, happy whatever, to stay in contact with them, to establish a relationship, because it's more than just getting people's money, because you want them to trust you, like what you do, like what you do for them, and they stay with you. When you lose a customer, and I missed this, word of mouth is one of the best forms of marketing, referrals, because when people talk about you in a good way, they're talking to their peers, their friends, their family. They believe them, like, oh, you need to go over there and check that out. Oh, really? And they might do that. But when you lose a customer, it takes about 12 to 15 interactions to if you get them back. It takes more money to get them back. It's better than once you get them just to keep them. But I would say try to establish some kind of, relationship. When you get cards from people, what do you do? When you meet people, say at a function, what do you do when you get the card?
Usually email them, remind them what we talked about, ask if they want to do coffee or lunch. And then we do that, but most of the people are business people, so I'm having a hard time knowing how to turn, because they're busy. So I'm having a hard time. They'll meet me for coffee, and I'm thinking, okay, I can't do an ask right now, I'm just meeting you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how to parlay that coffee meeting into eventually being able to ask for scholarships for the students.
The next one should.
Maybe not.
Sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say the next one should be a business meeting. You can still meet them for like lunch, but it could just be business that day, and you can let them know business meeting this time,
Okay.
30 minutes. Make sure you pitch whatever you want to pitch,
Mhm.
and because you know they're busy.
Yeah, it's,
Yes.
Also, too, when you're meeting with them for the first time, you're gonna be talking about what your business is, also what your need is. You know, I work with students, and one of the things that we do is try to find scholarships, so they already know that you may be looking, so you kind of say it like that, and then, you're not asking, you're just telling them a little bit what you do, but what your need is at the same time in your conversation with them. Don't sound like you really need to. But it's like, I do this, and then you may even say, one of the things that I'm trying to do right now is to try to find different ways that students, and then you talk about what the students need and that type of thing, and then they'll say, oh, that's great, so are you looking for something?
yeah, because you have to kind of, when you meet somebody at a networking event, you don't have a whole lot of time most of the time. And so you do follow up for everybody. When you get a business card, I normally write on the back of it something to, because you get a lot of them. And I will try to email them either that same day or the next morning and say, oh, I met you, it was nice meeting you at such and such and such and such. We briefly talked about, and connect with them that way. And then start a relationship, as you say, and then, well, let me know if you have, if you have some time, maybe we can go out and have a meeting, or I service students, or we give scholarships, whatever it is that you do. But you try to establish a little bit of a relationship before you start asking.
And drive them to your website, so if your website is
Yeah.
there, and if your website talks about giving or whatever, then they'll see that.
Put that in your message. Yeah. When you get a moment, look at my website. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Two-part question. One is, you talked about the importance of structuring your business early for scale.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the structure of your business?
My business was incorporated. I incorporated it in 1998, and had some life changes. So I let my business go when I went through divorce. I just stopped because I didn't want that to get in the way of negotiations. Honestly, actually, seriously, y'all laughing, but you have to, because there's a lot of negotiations going on. This is actually what my certificate of incorporation, and this was in 1998. But right now, I inquired about. Right now, I'm a proprietor. And I inquired about, but the benefit of being a corporation is that you protect your personal assets. So if people, because people like to sue you, if they come after you and you're incorporated, the corporation is like a person, an entity of itself. So if they go after Simply Unique Inc., I still got my house, my car, and everything else. Right now, I'm kind of a little vulnerable because I'm not incorporated. But I have been talking to some folks, so I probably will reincorporate. But right now, I'm a proprietor. And the tax benefits as well.
Do you get that same benefit with LLC?
No. You don't. You get something, but not that. And when I was asking about maybe I should be an LLC, and I was talking to my CPA, about that. I'm like, should I become an LLC? She's like, there's really not a whole lot of benefit from that, maybe financially. But on the legal side, I haven't really explored it. But the best, I think, would be to go back to a corporation. It's safe. Any more questions?
How many times did you actually feel like going out?
She like,
It gets frustrating sometimes. I really can't say I haven't had a lot of bad experiences. I think only because you can only do so much because you're one person. And sometimes there are things that, 3 or 4 things will come up at the same time, so you have to pick and choose. But to completely just let it go, well, I did for a little bit. And, I kind of it was being in the back of my mind, being nagged about it. So, I love what I do. I love what I do. I work day, night, all the time. And there are times I just say, this is the way I feel about my business. If you're a parent, you have children, or if you don't, you have nieces and nephews, maybe. I treat my business like it's my baby. You have to take care of the baby. If you don't, the baby will perish. You have to feed the baby, bathe the baby. And I'll say to myself sometimes, what have I done for my baby today? Have I touched my baby today? I need to go talk to my baby. Do something. Even if it's just posting something on Facebook. What have I done for my business? What have I done for my baby? Have I touched my baby today? Because it's important. Keep it vibrant. Keep it in front of people. Let them know you're still there. Because there's so much going on. People will forget about you. I don't want people to forget about me. Any more questions? Yes.
How do you prioritize?
I look at what's happening first, based on dates, because some things are date driven. So I kind of look at that, and then I think, what is the benefit? If I take this much time, I'll give you an example. For the month of December, I set my living room up is like a showroom. It's like a store, and I have appointments where people can come shop. But I had this lady, and I had it set up to like the 22nd, and this lady wanted me to do an event. Like, it was on a Sunday. Well, what day was, I don't know what Christmas was on. It was on a Monday this year or something like that. She wanted me to set up at her church. And it was a great opportunity, but I would have to have dismantled everything that I had, because I had everything up. And I told her, I'm probably not going to be able to do that. I felt bad because, I didn't have to pay to be there, but I had to look at, in the long run, what was it going to do for me? It would have really disrupted my major operation. Because it took me a long time to set that up. I'm talking about decorating trees and everything. Looks real pretty. Y'all need to come this year. Month of December. You're going to get my card in a minute. I'm promoting. Hey, y'all laughing. Y'all better do the same thing with your business. But tell people, come on down. But that's kind of how I prioritize. You got to see how it's going to benefit me. If it's going to harm me more than hurt me. And then if it's date driven, if it's something I need to, by the date, okay. Keep that calendar current. Any more questions? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please give her another round of applause. She really helped me today, and the main thing that I took from her presentation was the beginning, when she put all those questions up there. I hope y'all wrote those questions down, because the main thing in your business, you need a plan. You need to have a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yep.
And as Billy asked, how many times did he think about throwing in the towel? If you have your plan together, as things arise, because you're gonna run into bumps in the road in your business. You're gonna have trials and tribulations with anything in life, but especially in business. If you have a solid plan, you keep referring back to that plan, and then you will keep moving forward. So again, thank you, Ms. Braithwaite. It was a wonderful presentation. Thank you again to Boyd's Construction and Consulting for sponsoring this Huddle. And there's still plenty of fruit and cookies back there, so please take some on your way out. Boys, play for you, don't want to waste your money. So thank you.